was that on about? The UN one. That's if I tell you the story, and I will at the ending of this podcast.
Right.
It's going to be one of the best stories you have ever heard,
Okay.
and it is something. It is something I decided to do, and I believe it's one of the things I achieved by myself, which I'm so excited about.
Right.
But the UN thing, everyone says the UN thing. You know, like you mentioned, like the UN building, like you see the logo, and then you see me standing there. Like that's amazing. But the story behind it, it was more than the UN.
Right.
You know, it's more than the UN. But I'll tell you that story because that was what my TEDx was based on about.
Okay.
Like, getting from where I was to like to the UN.
To the UN.
Yes.
So that's connected to your TEDx, just so
It's
everybody
connected to
understands.
my TEDx.
All right. So we just save that for the end. So everyone has to be patient until we get there.
Most definitely.
We get at the end.
Most definitely.
All right. Hey, never forget to introduce you, and then Bakawi in the house today as well, right?
Come here, man. How you doing? Man? I'm doing great, dude.
Bakari, tell us, how was your week, brother?
Wow, my work was pretty good actually.
Yeah.
I did a lot of fantastic work. Like I just published my blog recently, and people loved it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
He published he published blogs like every week, man. Bakari, I watch your I read your blogs too, man. I read your blogs too, bro.
All right. So for anyone who's
Good to hear
listening,
from you, dude. That's amazing.
Yes, man.
anyone who's listening here, you know Bakari has a blog that he writes to, so make sure you subscribe to that or you go check it out and see what that's all about. So today we have a very special guest here. Man, this guy here, I've got to tell you guys, I've got to start with this story, right? Before I even started doing this, it was last year, I knew someone who had done something that's very similar to this, right? And it was this guy here. So I reached out to him and I'm like, dude, how did you get started with this? And the answer he gave me was actually shocking. I was shocked by what he said. He looked at me and said, I started from scratch like everyone else, man. I asked, did you use professional equipment to make your videos, your camera? He's like, no, just use your phone, bro. And I just followed his advice, and here we are. And now, him being my special guest for today, I've got to say, look, it's like meeting your hero, and he's right there with you. And you know, someone who's inspired you to do what you want to do. When you're sitting right next to them, it just feels unreal. It feels like it's a different experience. And I love this guy, man. I love this guy for the way, you know what, we connected. See, you guys probably don't see this. You can't see this through the camera. But the way I connected with this guy, it was more like, it was something that happened in my mind. I'm like, I know this guy. But it was all in my mind.
You wanna know something, man? Like from the way you're making me sound, it's like I need to meet this guy too, man.
No. It all started in my mind. I'm like, I felt in my mind, I know this guy. But we had actually met. I just started seeing him on Facebook and liking all his stuff, his content. I'm like, this guy's doing great. He's gonna get somewhere soon. And here he is. And look, today the platform is all yours. Today,
from different backgrounds, and just to share his story and inspire individuals to see life from a different perspective, or at the same time inspire other people who could relate to their stories. For example, when you got in contact with me and then you're like, you have this amazing idea of doing something, you don't know what it was, but you want to do something, when like videos and recording, and you were like, you told me you didn't have the professional equipment. And look at where we are now. You have the mic, you have the laptops. It's so amazing, you have the camera, but I want to tell you something. When I was getting started, right? And I didn't tell you this, I told you I'm going to save this for the podcast.
Right.
You don't know this?
Yeah.
A lot of people, almost everyone watching this, they don't know this as well. Like when I first started what I was doing, right? I started it in my bathroom.
Wow.
My first video I made, Bakari, I uploaded it on YouTube. I made it in my bathroom.
Oh man.
And I'll tell you why. Because I was like, I just wanted to do something, anything. I just wanted to do, I wanted to do something. And at the same time, I wanted to inspire my little siblings to believe their dream was possible, because now my two big brothers, they were not at home.
Right.
They moved interstate. I was left as the eldest, and I've never been the eldest before. I just wanted to inspire my little siblings. And what I did was I started looking through my parents' drawers, in the garage, in the drawer. And then what I did was I ended up finding a camera which we bought when we first came to Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found a camera, but the camera had been in the drawer for more than 6 years because the quality sucked.
Oh wow.
We didn't want to use it. But I found a camera,
Yeah.
and then I was like, you know what? Forget it. I'm gonna do something with it. I went to the local like technology shop. Like, I had a couple of dollars with me, and I ended up buying a 2 SD card for the camera, and also bought a battery. Plug it in, turn it on. The camera, it turned on.
Oh wow.
But the quality was so bad, you can't see me in it. You know, I'm a dark person. Like you put on the camera, you can't see me in it.
All right.
And so what my little brother and I, because I asked my brother to be, the cameraman, and he had flu. He's like, can we just do it another day? I'm like, no, we need to get started. That's what the video was. It's like, if you have a dream, get started. And what my little brother and I did, we started brainstorming, and then we were like, we got it. Our bathroom.
Right.
The reason being, our bathroom had 2 light switches. The first one was for the normal light.
Oh wow.
The second one was for the heater light.
Ouch.
We needed professional lighting. We went in the bathroom, we turned on the heater light, it beamed the whole room up. And the video was going to be 2 minutes. I didn't know what I was going to talk about. I just wanted to do something. At the same time, here we were in the bathroom. My little brother was sitting in the sink, like this, like on his back on the mirror, like recording the video. He's like sick, and at the same time, I have a big family. You can imagine outside the bathroom, the kids are running around here and there. Mom is screaming at this kid, at this one, and it's like
The noise.
the noise is so much. But we were like, you know what? We need to get started. Not a lot of people know this.
Yeah.
No one knows. We had to get started. The video was gonna be 2 minutes, but we stayed in the bathroom for more than 1.5 hours just trying to record that 2-minute video.
Wow.
The heater light, if you look at it, it will mess your eye up.
I know.
That thing, staying there for 2 hours, that's a nightmare. But now, that's why, I told you, when I first walked in here, I was so excited seeing everything happen. You know, you have all of the equipment and you're making it. I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you. No, but just going off before we get off that topic, right? What would be your message to someone who's struggling, someone who has a dream, right? We have so many different people. You might have someone who has a dream who say, okay, I want to do this. But they just don't know how to get started.
They don't know how to get started.
Suppose, for me, my biggest fear was I wanted to build a business from scratch. I just didn't know how to get started. What message would you give to someone who doesn't know how to get started?
My first message is people will love you more if you start from the bottom.
Right. That's very deep. That's very deep, man.
That's honesty.
Yeah.
Look, you said I inspire you and all of these kind of things, right?
Yeah.
That was before you knew the fact that I started in the bathroom. But now you know this, it's like, wow, it's a different vibration. It's like, it comes to another level. It's like, wow, this guy actually started. It's like, you like me more because of that. You know?
Exactly, brother.
You like me more because of that.
Yeah.
Like, people will literally love you more if you started from the bottom. And the other thing is that if you started from the bottom, right, and you tell yourself you don't know what to do, but you actually started from the bottom, it means you can relate to almost every single individual in the whole world. If I go back to Africa,
yeah,
every country in the world, they probably has a bathroom. You know, every kid probably has a bathroom. Like Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, these guys, they started in the garage. Some kids don't have a garage. But if you tell them, oh, this kid started in the bathroom, that's a different thing. It's I can relate to him. Look, I'm telling you, the first thing you mentioned was I went to the UN.
Right.
But you go back, now I started from the bathroom.
You started from the bathroom.
I went to the UN.
Ended up at the UN.
I'm a kid who was born in a refugee camp in Uganda.
Wow.
I came to Australia in 2007. I couldn't speak English. You know, I didn't fit into school because of my complexion. I got bullied. And at the same time, I developed the characteristic of the bully. So instead of being bullied, I'm like, enough is enough. I started fighting, and in grade 10,
Yeah.
I got sent away from my school for fighting. I fractured my arm. I had to get a cast. The kid, he had to get a surgery on his eye. I got sent away from my school for fighting.
Wow.
And now, if I tell you this, like, if someone was bullied before,
Yeah.
like, sometimes, sometimes the good is the bad, and the bad is the good. So when I was bullied, there was something bad at that time. But now, because I can actually share my story with other individuals and change their life with it, it's something good. Sometimes the bad is the good and the good is the bad. If I didn't get bullied, that would have been good in that instance, but it wouldn't benefit me like right now, because I wouldn't be able to change someone's life with it.
Oh, wow.
That's my message to someone who's getting started.
So,
The first one
yeah.
is make sure make sure you just get started, because people will love you more if you start from the bottom. The second one is you'll be able to change more lives, and you'll be able to relate to more individuals. Doesn't matter what it is.
So now, just going off from what you said, you came from Uganda, Kampala refugee camp, from a refugee camp,
Yes.
and then you went to uni. Did you finish? Have you graduated just yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. So what happened is, the other thing is I love girls.
Right.
Yeah. When because I'm a kid who used to get into a lot of trouble. And in grade 10, I got sent away from my school. The following school which I went to,
Yeah.
they started taking us to explore uni days to see how life at university was like. They're telling us, this building is $3 million. This is like the biggest digital screen in the world.
Right.
This is the old government house. Like a kid like me, that thing doesn't motivate me. But when we went to the law faculty, and then in the law library, I saw this a lot of horny girls. And that day I got home, I threw my bag on my bed, I ran up to my mom, I was like, Mom, when I finish high school, I'm going to study law at KUT. Now I'm in my third year of law, and in a double degree of law and business. Follow your dream, man.
No. Well, you did follow your dreams, bro. You definitely did. Wow. So that's how you ended up at uni.
That's how I ended up at uni.
Let's see.
I mean, your story is really interesting, because most people get the inspiration from different perspective of how they perceive their life at uni or what, but yours is different.
No, but actually, to a certain extent, it's not different. Sometimes what people tend to do is they tend to cover it up as well.
Yeah.
They tend to cover their, their reasoning for going there. For example, when people ask me why, I'm studying law, right? Man, I can sound so smart. I can use the big words, the big English words.
Of course.
I can be like, I believe being a minority in a society like Australia, I believe, understanding my legal rights is a fundamental, it's my fundamental right, and at the same time, it's like it cannot just benefit my life, but my family, my brother. Like I can do that.
Yeah.
Being honest, like law, I believe if you're a minority in a country like this, you need to know your rights, because in a second like this, something can happen, you're gone. And some of us, we can't afford a lawyer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like that's honesty. If I know the law, I can benefit my family. If something happens to you, I can be like, whoa, this is in here, negligence, like established duty, like duty of care. I can list those things. But it's a balance. Yes, it benefits me, but at the same time, I love girls too, so it's like, it's a win-win situation.
Win.
Oh,
It's
wow.
a win-win situation.
I've got to be honest with you. Most guys, if they were to come here, they wouldn't be that authentic. And the level of authenticity that it takes for you to actually come up and say that and make sure that is, you actually made that point, because I knew if I had some other guys, they might be just trying to cover that fact. They might give you some bullshit excuse and tell you, you know what, I went to uni because I just wanted to be a lawyer, save the needle knives. But you just gave it up raw, no sugarcoating.
I have to. Like, we've been covering things up for too long, man.
Right.
Yeah. Like, sometimes, look, I got invited to go back to my school to speak about 3 weeks ago.
Right.
Yeah, and the interesting thing was, in school, I talked too much, man. Like, my teachers, they could never get me to shut up.
Okay.
Like, they knew that if they moved me from one side, from John to the other side where Bakar is sitting, like, I'll be talking because I knew and I interacted with everyone.
Right.
And so, like, they told me like they will pay me to start up. I'm like, sir, do you know how to make $1 million? Like, no. I'm like, 1,000 times 1,000 is $1 million. If you pay me $1,000 every time I start up for 1,000 times, I'll become $1 million. Could you please be quiet, you know? And then the interesting thing was, before I went to the UN,
Right.
I got invited to go back to speak at my school. And after I finished, everyone gave me a standing ovation.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went to the back of the room, the teacher that told me I talked too much came up to me, looked me in the eye, and he was like, Doko, you still talk too much. me being cheeky, I was like, I know, but I'm getting paid now.
Jesus Christ, you're getting paid to talk. That's just the next level.
But going back to your question about authenticity, when I went back to school, to speak to school in my school 3 weeks ago,
Yeah.
they asked me what motivated me. I was honest, and some of the kids, they were like, wow, that's true actually. And now they're thinking of going to uni because of that. And you don't know, maybe like uni will not just change their life, but it will change their family's life too. Sometimes authenticity is the key, man.
Well, I know the amount of impact that uni can have on someone, that's just tremendous. But you being able to inspire kids with your story, just being that authentic and inspiring kids, that's just amazing. It's more like a gift, you know. See, but I was talking to my friend just the other day, and he came up to me that you even shared with us.
Give you one of my best stories.
Another good story, another great story that you want to share with us today.
Another great story. You know what? We can answer. I'm getting too excited. I'm gonna tell you guys about the UN.
Right.
And then we can continue on. There may be other questions which we will ask, but I'll tell you, okay?
Yeah.
So, Bakari, can you get my phone? It's down there.
Don't worry.
So back in 2015,
Right.
on the 2nd of May,
Mm-hmm.
what I decided to do was there are moments, right, when
Yeah.
you get sick and tired of something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like you just have enough. You just had enough. And so what I decided to do on the 2nd of May 2015
Right.
was I was watching a video of Eric Thomas. You guys know Eric Thomas.
Yeah.
And in that video, he was speaking to a group of Which franchisers. And Which is a sandwich company that sells sandwiches. And the only place where you can find a Which is in the United States of America. This was on the 2nd of May 2015. I watched the video. I told myself, you know what? I don't care what happens. A year from now, on the 2nd of May 2016, I have to eat a Which sandwich. If it means I have to buy a plane ticket to fly from Australia to go to the US, excuse me. If I have to buy a plane ticket to fly from Australia to the US just to eat a sandwich, I'm going to achieve my dream. And what I did here, right?
Wow.
You can see on the May 2nd, 2015, I told myself, I wrote it down, Which by 2nd May 2016.
Wow.
You see that? And then I told myself I was going to do 3 things every single day until I achieved that dream.
Okay.
The first thing I told myself was that I was going to have sour with cold water every single day until I eat the sandwich.
Okay.
The second thing I told myself was that I was going to write down reflective words. Like, look at this. I was going to write down like reflective words every single day, right? Until I ate that sandwich to describe the day.
Oh wow.
Look, Bakari.
Wow, that's amazing.
Every single day to describe that until I achieved that dream. And the third thing I told myself was that, you can put it back, was that I wasn't going to listen to any music. Instead, I was going to listen to audios, motivational audios, and like audiobooks until I achieved my dream of eating the sandwich.
Oh wow.
Look at how crazy that is.
It sounds crazy to some people, but
Just to eat a sandwich.
Just so I understand. So that's where it started. So how did you actually end up getting there?
I'll tell you.
Right.
So when I made that, the following day and onwards, I started having sour with cold water. My only mistake was I started having sour with cold water at the beginning of winter. So there was a nightmare.
Ouch.
I started writing down the reflective words, and I downloaded a lot of audio books, motivational audios on my computer, on my phone. Now I'm like, this is something no one needs to know this about me. I want to prove something to myself. I just want to eat a sandwich. And then as the days went, I started writing down the reflective words to describe the day. The first day was commitment, and then the second day was awareness. It continued to describe the day, and as it continued, I also started thinking of different ideas of things I could do to make money, so I can go and eat a sandwich.
Right.
So I can get money and eat the sandwich. And Bakari, I know you do computer science.
Yeah.
The first idea that came in my mind was to develop an app, to develop an app to manage your security. And I'm like, yes, this is gonna be amazing, but as you know, like programming, that's a nightmare. And then I realized I can't program apps. The second thing I told, I don't know if it was the second thing, but the other thing I told myself was, why don't I become a model? I'm like, I work out, I have a good body,
Right.
and then somehow I'll make money and then fly to the US, eat a sandwich. I realized I was too short. I can't become a model.
Right.
Why don't I go into agriculture? That was too broad. It's like, where are you gonna start, dude? Do you have a big farm? Like, what is, no. Why don't I write a book? My English sucks. I can't write anything.
Oh wow.
I can't write anything. And then another one was well, why don't you become a speaker? I'm like, yeah, I do talk too much, but no, people like teachers, everyone's telling me they will pay me to start up, and at the same time I had speech impediment. I changed, I changed my name, but when everyone called me Fred, there's a reason why I changed my name. It's mainly because I wanted to honor my family, in a sense that because my family calls me Doku at home.
Oh wow.
Like growing up, my family calls me Doku, and touching on the topic of authenticity. When I go out in the world, everyone calls me Fred. So it was Du Bois. He said he coined this term called double consciousness, where it's like you have two consciousness. Like at home, I'm Doku. When I'm here, I'm Fred. It's like I have two, identities. So I have to, and with what I do, I need to become one. So I decided to, give everyone that privilege, which my family had, because if my family is calling me Doku, it's obviously I value that more than Fred. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give this privilege to my family, to everyone in the world, so they can call me Doku. But when everyone used to call me Fred, I had a speech impediment. I couldn't say the letter R properly. So whenever I was saying my name, it would sound Fred. It would sound like a W. It's like I had a speech impediment, so I'm like, no, I'm not gonna become a speaker, no. And then but I needed to do something, anything, so I can go and eat this sandwich. Because I was having sandwich with cold water every single day, you don't know how, come on, man. Especially in winter, that's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Then I was like, you know what? Back in school, my teachers told me they'll pay me to shut up. I never listened to them. Forget it, I'm gonna go become a speaker.
Right.
And at the same time, I wanted to do something and inspire my little siblings. And that seemed like to be the best way. And from there, like I mentioned to you, it's like, where do I start? That's the hardest challenge. But I knew I needed to get started, like anything, everywhere. I just needed to get started, and that's when I started looking for the camera. I found it in my parents' drawer.
Oh wow.
We recorded the first video in the bathroom. And then the other thing I realized after we made the first video and I uploaded it was that my phone camera was actually better than the camera. And from there on, I told myself I was going to continue making the videos. I'm going to make video and upload them every single week. No, every single fortnight. In 2 weeks, just one video with 2 minutes, because at least I can do something like that. 14 days, I can have time to record a 2-minute video. I needed to get started anywhere, And so I started making the videos every second week, and I told you, it's like, wait, because I'm starting from the bottom, and in my mind's eye, I knew that I'm gonna achieve something with my life. I don't care what happens. If I'm having trouble with cold water, you can imagine the mental toughness of just believing yourself. It's like, I don't care what, I'm gonna be big one day. and I wanted to record my journey. Started recording the videos, and then when I started recording the videos, and then I made a LinkedIn profile and this and that and that. And one thing which happened was I ended up getting invited by the Nigerian affairs to present my university in Hong Kong at a humanitarian at a university scholarship leadership symposium. And when I went there, it was my first time traveling internationally by myself. Like my hotel was booked, my flight was covered. It was so beautiful, and these people were so amazing. And it's like I had a taste. Like, wow. And then when I told these guys about my dream, they were like, yes, continue doing it. They were so supportive of me. When I came back, I'm like, you know what? I have a support network, and then I continued working. And from there, Eric Thomas came to Australia. I saw him. He was amazing. I was buzzing afterwards. I told him, you know what? I'm going to overtake you one day. He said, I'm looking forward to it. He's like the number one motivational speaker in the world. Yeah. I started in the bathroom, man. I'm telling this guy, like, I'm going to overtake you. He said he's looking forward to it. And I knew that I have to continue what I'm doing. Like, I bought a better equipment, I bought a tripod, I bought, for better audio. I continue making the video, like, continue. And then from there, I also started going to different, leadership places to develop myself, to develop my skills. Because if I'm going to become a speaker, I cannot get far with having a speech impediment. My knowledge is limited, and the things that I talked about, everyone was telling me to shut up about it because it was useless. It was garbage. I can never shut up, but I needed to talk about something. But the things I was talking about, they were I needed to change my mindset. Continue listening to the audio books every single day, the cold shower, and then just continue making the videos. And at the starting of 2016, I ended up getting invited with a group of other university students to present the university in Thailand. And when I went to Thailand, I was speaking like Thai with the guys. I was like, Saudi Kapun Sabadi Makun Cholai from Chudoko, Kapun Kap. They were like, oh my God, that's so amazing. Thai people will come and take pictures with me. I was like, And by that time, in January, it had been, I don't know, I think 9 months. And I had only about 5 months left. I'm not sure if I'm doing my mathematics properly, but I still haven't eaten the sandwich.
Right, so you all started with the sandwich.
It all started with the sandwich.
Right? And you still haven't had your sandwich.
I still haven't eaten the sandwich. You can imagine, like, even in Thailand, in Hong Kong, I was having sour with cold water.
So you continued with the cold water.
I continued with that. I told myself, it doesn't matter what happened, cold water. I went to Thailand. You wanna know something, man? The water there is so cold. It's like, oh my goodness, the weather is like, it's a nightmare, man. And we lived in a village for a couple of days, for 5 days, and the blanket and the window, it can't close properly. The air is so cold, like it comes under the blanket, it freezes your leg, and getting out of the bed, that's a nightmare. But the thing is, our homestay family, they didn't have a shower. So what they would do is they will fetch water, and then there's a big barrel at the backyard. They'll put the water in it, and then that water will sit there overnight in that barrel, and then in the morning, the water will be so freezing cold, you can't heat it up. I had to have shower with cold water, man. When I came back to Australia, I started having shower with cold water again. That was a privilege for me because Australian cold water was a privilege.
Oh, wow.
But in Thailand, I still continue having shower with cold water. I still continue, recording the reflection and continue listening to the audiobooks. And when I was coming back from Thailand to Kuala Lumpur for my connecting flight to Brisbane, I did my research, and then I found out that there was a witch in Dubai. I was like, wait a minute, I thought it was only in America. There was one in Dubai. And then I'm like, you know what, forget it. I'm in Kuala Lumpur, my connecting flight is in 4 hours. I don't care, I'm going on my phone, I'm buying a plane ticket. I'm going to fly to Dubai, which is 6 hours away. I'm going to get up, I'm going to eat that sandwich. And as I was booking my flight to Dubai, I'm like, wait a second. I need a visa to exit that airport. even if I do get to Dubai, I can't get out of the airport. Yeah. I can't eat the sandwich. Okay, calm down the car. Get your flight back to Brisbane. I came back to Brisbane. I was desperate. I still haven't eaten the sandwich. I was desperate. It was coming to a year. And then when there was 10 days left, I continued everything. When there was 10 days left, I was counting down the days, man. It was a nightmare. Like counting down the days, like on the 2nd of May 2016, when I'm supposed to achieve that dream, like counting it down, it was a nightmare. When the day came, I'm like, but I told myself, you know what, you need to make sure you continue doing it. Like, you can't give up now. If you have a dream, it's best to achieve it when you're supposed to achieve it, but when you can't achieve it when you're supposed to achieve it, it's better to do it later than never. I told myself, I'm going to continue having shower with the cold water. I'm going to continue making the video, but now I can stop writing the reflective words down, and at the same time, I can listen to music now.
Okay, so that had been a long time without music, and you were just writing reflections. No music.
No music.
Just listening to audiobooks and
Motivational audios.
wow.
Yeah, like if someone played music around me, it's not like I'll tell them to be. It was a personal decision for me not to play music. You know. Yeah. So I continued making the videos after the days. I told myself I made the sandwich my screensaver. Like every morning, like I pick up my phone, I turn my phone on, it's the sandwich.
A reminder.
The reminder. I had to achieve this dream. I had to achieve my goal. You know? And as I continued making the videos, and because in Thailand, you know, I made the videos, it's like, wow, this guy's international now. You know, because look, if you start doing something and then next minute you're in another country, it's like people will be like, wait, what? What? And then I continued making the videos there. It was so amazing. And when I came back in Brisbane, I did a couple of talks, and I had individuals record them. And when it was recorded, it's like, wow, he's talking to audiences now. He's making progress. And one of the organizers I met in Hong Kong for the event, because I connected with almost everyone. Yeah, and then he saw what I was doing. He asked me to record a testimonial about my experience in Hong Kong. I made a video, and I ended up checking out what he did, and I found out he was a past speaker at a youth assembly at the United Nations headquarters. And then I asked him about it. He's like, yeah, I can actually, this would be amazing. I saw what you've been doing, you're inspiring young people everywhere around the world. I'm like, around the world? Like, I didn't tell him that. I'm like, yep, yeah. And then he's like, actually apply here, and then I'll get in contact with someone, and then we'll see what we can do. Long story short, I applied. My application got accepted, and it got accepted on the 15th of June, which was on my little brother's birthday.
Wow.
And by the 30th of June, I had to cover the cost and also my flight, which was in total about $6,000. So I had 15 days to come up with $6,000. I'm like, but on my phone was the sandwich. You know, I need to make sure I get I need to make sure I get over there. Like, how am I gonna make $6,000 in less than 15 days? I reached out to the Dean of Law at my university. I told him I had an opportunity to represent this university at the United Nations headquarters. And then and I asked him if it would be possible for the university to cover my flight. Or no, to cover my application fee. And then they were like, yes, of course, but we'll need you to do advertising for the union. I'm like, that's what I'm good. That's what I do. You know, they cover my application fee. The other one, now I need you to find a way to cover my flight. I reached out to my old high school. I said I have an opportunity to represent Australia at the United Nations headquarters. Since I'm a past student of this school, I was wondering if it would be possible for you guys to support me. They're like, of course, but we will need you to come back to school and then speak in front of the teachers, the parents, and the students. I went, I did, I got a standing ovation. The teacher told me I still talk too much. Told him I'm getting paid now.
Right.
When the moment was coming to go to the UN headquarters, and this is why I told you, everyone was so excited about me going to the UN. It's like this guy with this UN logo on it, and you saw that image. It was inspirational. It was amazing. It's like I need to know this guy. But in the back, everyone was so excited. I was going to the UN headquarters. I was too. Like coming from where I've never heard of a refugee kid going to the UN headquarters. But I was more excited about the fact that I was finally going to achieve and eat this sandwich. Before I went, I found out the weekday opening and closing time for the sandwich. I wrote it down on my phone, and I also found out the location for where the sandwich was from a hotel, and I left it down on my phone. And also because it was winter in Australia, I'm a dumb kid, I'm retarded. Like it was winter in Australia, and I was like, you know what? If it's winter in Australia, it's probably winter in the US. And if it's winter there, I watch TV. It snows over in the US. I wanted to be prepared, so I got a lot of heavy clothing. I put it in the bag, and then I was ready when I caught the plane to fly to United States. The flight was more than 21 hours. But in that 21 hours, to go to New York, I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep because I knew that if I close my eye, I may wake up in my bed, finding out that everything was a dream. Dude, I've been having sour with cold water for more than a year, man. Do you know how crazy that is? I can't afford this for 21. I have to stay awake. It's so good. Talking about a sandwich, do you know how? Yes, I could have went to Woolworths to Coles, bought the ingredient for this sandwich. No, I needed to eat it from that place. And now I'm actually on the plane going there. Of course, I'm not going to sleep. When I landed in New York, to my surprise, the weather was really hot. I'm like, okay, this is weird. By the time I got to my hotel, it was 6:30 p.m. And then the sandwich, I remember, it was closing at 9 p.m. And the nearest which place was 2 hours away from my hotel.
Public transport or
Driving. In that moment, I told myself, it doesn't matter. I'm going to achieve my goal. And I'm like, you know what? What am I going to do? I got an Uber. I got an Uber. Everyone's counting the minute when the Uber's coming. I was counting the seconds. I needed the Uber to be here. I threw everything on my bed. I went outside waiting for the Uber. The Uber was going to cost more than $100. The sandwich was less than $9. I don't care what happened. I'm going to achieve my dream.
Oh, wow.
When the Uber driver and I, we started driving more than an hour away, 2 hours. And then he's like, wait a second. The location, it says sandwich. Why are we going to this place 2 hours away? I told him I came all the way from Australia to here. So he's like, you came all the way. He started laughing, man. This guy was driving like this, man. He's like,
it was a blast.
He's like, I was headed on Kumago to White Castle for a night, but I've never seen someone fly internationally just to eat a sandwich. I'm like, but it's not just about a sandwich. What I do is, with what I do, I have to show people if you have a dream. It doesn't matter what it is. You have to make sure you achieve it.
Yeah, you just point to that.
Yes. And then he's like, wow, that's true. And then he made me up and he's like, you know what? I'm going to drive you down. I'm going to come and eat the sandwich with you. And then I'm going to drive you back 2 hours for free. I want to see you achieve your dream of eating this sandwich.
Oh, wow.
He was excited. I was excited. We were both excited. We were driving there. It's like, he was driving on the wrong side of the, I told him on the wrong side of the road. He's like, no, in Australia, everything's on the wrong. I'm like, no. We were driving, we were having fun, we were having a blast. And then, the only thing I could see in my mind was the sandwich. And then when we were 2 minutes away from the sandwich place, we found out the road that we were meant to use was closed. By this time, it was 8:46 p.m.
8:46. So
8:46.
Now
we had about 14 minutes
together
to get there, and the road was closed. 2 minutes, like 2 minutes driving to get. I told this guy, it doesn't matter what happened, I'm going to achieve that sandwich. He's like, yes, we need to make sure. I got my camera out, I recorded everything. I continued recording the videos. You know, even when I was there, I'm like, I need to record it. I got my camera, I got my phone. I told him that I was running for it. And he told me, go ahead, he'll find a way to get there. And then when I do get there, tell them not to close because he's going to keep his commitment and he's going to eat it with me and then drive me back for free. I'm like, yes. Got out the thing, I started running. My vision, like my phone, man, like I could see the sandwich, man. Now I was running for this sandwich, like with less than 14 minutes left. I was running. My vision, like come on, man, my eyesight became blurry with tears, but my vision was clearer than ever. I could see the weight, I could see the sandwich in my mind, and I could also, like, the way I'll be munching on it, like, and like, I could see the smoothie, man. It's like the way I'll be drinking it, like, oh my goodness. I was running for it, like when it was 200 meters away, I saw the logo. I saw the logo, I saw the building, that light was on. I'm like, oh my God, like, this is it. Dreams do come true in New York. I was like, I double my speed. Like, I had to be Usain Bolt's way because one was 100 meters away. Like, no one can tell me I can't do anything. I came all the way here to eat a sandwich. I'm going to achieve my dream. When I was 50 meters away, you know, like, anything is possible. Like, I was 25 meters, I closed my eye. Running 10 meters, 5 meters, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I closed my eye and as I reached for the door, man, I pulled the door as hard as I could, and as I pulled the door, I was like, I got pulled back. I'm like, the door was locked. I'm like, no, I can't afford this. I went on the other side of the, oh, wait a second, where's everyone? I'm here. I could see the menu. The sandwich on my screensaver, man, I could see it's right. I could see the price, the smoothie. I could see the light was on. The doors were locked. Where's everyone? I came all the way here. They need to be open. Where's everyone? And man, it was the doors were locked. No one was there. The light was on. I could touch the logo, man. That day, like, before I even went there, I had shower with cold water, man. I was prepared to, you know, like, have shower with, like, cold water in the winter of America. Even if it was snow, I didn't care. I was going to achieve my dream until, like, but the door was closed. I told myself, no, I need to find an answer, yeah? I started going around the whole building. And on one side of the building, I found a double-sided notice board. On one side of the notice board, it said that on summer break, we close at 4:30 p.m. Wait a second, even wait. It's winter and everything is a year. So if it's winter, it is summer. I came in summer break. So you're telling me, even by the time a plane landed, they were closed? No, I'm not gonna believe this, man. I'm like, no, I need to find another answer. I went on the other side of the notice board. And on the other side of the notice board, it says, on Sundays, we don't open. Even on Monday, oh, the US is a day of time. Meaning I came on a Sunday. The only day they don't open, man, I did everything I could to eat this sandwich. And you're telling me they were closed? In that moment, I started going through the 7 stages of grief. The first stage was denial. I was denying everything, man. I'm like, the Uber driver came, I'm just go back in the car, I'll find you there. I did everything I could. You can't tell me I didn't do everything I could. For more than a year, someone would cold water every single day. To come to this place to find out they were closed was my screensaver, a sandwich. And then after just denying everything, like going through the 7 stages of grief, through the 7 stages, after I came to acceptance, I was like, but look, At first it was all about eating a sandwich. At first it was just about you. It was about you, like having a spontaneous goal to eat a sandwich in America, having sour with cold water, having like making money to come and eat this sandwich, like writing down reflective words and reading books so you can make money to come and it was all about you to begin with. But look where you are now. It's not just about you anymore. Like your siblings look up to you. Like John, people like you were messaging me, it's like I inspired you. At first it was something, but it wasn't about me anymore. Now on top of that, I didn't have speech impediment. I could speak properly. And my words, like everything I say, it can impact people. It doesn't matter what I say, people say it's inspirational. And now, not only that, but I was now representing a whole continent at the United Nations headquarters in New York. Look, I'm going to tell you guys this when I first entered the General Assembly building.
Mm-hmm.
Like that big hall. Tears started coming down my eye, man. And I did a U-turn. I turned around to walk outside. And as I turned, one of my friends who was next to me, he saw my tears. And he knew I was walking outside. And then he came and he walked me on the corner. I was, why are you crying? I told him I'm not supposed to be here. But what do you mean? I'm just a kid from a refugee camp. I've never heard of a kid from where I come from. Like where I was born, man. Everyone's dream is to go to go to the United States. If you're a refugee, that's your dream. 68 million refugees in the world, that's their dream, to escape that place. Not only was I in the United States, but in Brisbane where I live, everyone's dreams to one day go to New York. It's the city that never sleeps. Tell me someone who doesn't want to go to New York. Everyone's dream is to go to New York. And not only was I in the United States, not only was I in New York, but now I was at the UN headquarters. The place where the decisions which change our world, like if someone snaps a finger there, says something, changes the whole world. This is the place where people like Obama, people like Nelson Mandela, like this is where they come. What am I doing here? I'm just a kid, like a kid who was bullied, a kid who got sent. I'm not supposed to be here. I was crying. This is your moment. Now go out there and then do what you do best. That's how I go to the UN, man.
And that's how you got to the UN.
That's how I go to the UN. But the thing is, up to today, because this was 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and when the day I got there was the only free day I had to eat a sandwich, Meaning everything was so packed that I didn't get any opportunity to go back and eat a sandwich. And so it has been 2015, this is 2018.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be, it has been over 3 years. And in that 3 years, I still haven't eaten the sandwich. Meaning, I still continue having sour with cold water every single day until today, until I achieve my dream.
So you're still having
I
the
still having sour with cold water. This morning I had sour with cold water. I'm not gonna stop until I achieve my dream, man. I'm not gonna stop.
Wow. But now, I know anyone who's listening to this, they probably have one question on their mind. Why do you want to eat that sandwich?
Why do I want to eat the sandwich? Because I told myself I'm gonna do something. And if you tell us, look, the truth is you can lie to everyone in the world, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like lying is easy. You can lie.
Yeah.
It's so easy. You can lie to literally everyone in the world, but there's one person you can't lie to, and that's yourself. I can't lie to myself. I told myself I'm gonna achieve this thing. I did tell myself that. I can't lie to myself. Even if you don't know it, even if Bakari, dude, you said you were inspired by the things I do, without even knowing the story behind it. Everything, yes, everything I do, which people say, that's amazing. I don't even need to do anything anymore for people to say I inspire them. They can just watch the things I did in the past. They'll say it's inspired. I'm okay with that. But I can't lie to myself, man. I told myself I'm going to eat this sandwich. And I told myself I'm going to have sour with cold water every single day to eat it. And guess what? If I told myself I'm going to do something, I need to eat it. I need to do it. I told myself I'm going to eat a sandwich. It's just a sandwich. But if I can, if I can make a commitment to do, just to eat a sandwich, fly internationally, to go eat a sandwich, and to go there. I'm the kid. You ask me like what people want, what I want people to know me as. Oh, who was that? I told you, but now I'm the kid, who decided to eat a sandwich in another country, who flew over there to find out that the sandwich place was closed. That's me. If I can do that, come on, man, it's a trap for you because you can't tell me you can't achieve your dream anymore. If I can fly, yes, me studying in the bathroom, that's amazing. But me flying internationally to another country to eat a freaking sandwich, to only get there and find out the sandwich is closed, you can't tell me you can't achieve it. Look, what's your dream? Tell me it, and then give me an excuse why you can't do it. You can't lie to me, man. Even if you lie to me, you can't lie to yourself. Yeah. If I fly all the way from here to go to there just to eat a sandwich, $9 sandwich, man. I thought I could go to Woolworths, I could go to Coles, I could buy the ingredients, I could make the sandwich. It may probably be even more healthier than, like the sandwich they make over there. Because I don't know what they put, but I don't care. I told myself I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do whatever it takes, even if I have to have someone with cold water every single day. That's what I've been doing for the last 3 years. I'm going to achieve my dream. If you're wondering why, I want to eat that sandwich bad enough, it's because, I'm keeping a covenant with myself. Told myself I'm going to do something. It's the only personal decision I've made, because in life, every decision is given to you. For example, like everyone's telling you what to do. When you were born, your parents tell you what to do. You go to prep, your teachers, like you go to primary school, your teachers tell you what to do. You go to high school, your teachers tell you what to do. To go start up. You go to your uni, your lecturers tell you what to do. If your answer is not in the checkbox, it's a cross.
It's a cross, yeah.
When you go to work,
They tell you what to do.
They tell you what to do. Do this and that. If you don't do it, they lay you. You're fired. In our life, everyone's telling us what to do. But the question we never ask is, what do I want to do? Have you ever, just ask it, well, what do I want to do? Make a personal decision. And for me, me being dumb, the only personal decision I made was I want to eat a sandwich. I want to eat a sandwich. It's the only personal decision I made. Yes, if I can do, the things everyone's telling me to do, why can't I do the thing that I want to do? Why can't I invest my time in me?
Wow.